All right, this is what we call Sales Aspects, and Sales Aspects is your single unified login to the CRM, your email marketing, managing your website, and managing your Facebook application. It allows you to actually manage the entire sphere of your business through one unified application. And so I've created a setup account for us to go through this entire process today. And so you'll go to SalesAspects.com, and today our username is going to be Sally Smith, and our password is going to be Sally Smith. And then I'll simply click on Sign In. And you'll see here there's a simple agreement. You might want to read through it, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on Agree for now on the actual agreement. Now also you'll see this is a help tutorial on Sales Aspects, completing your profile. So this is a overview as well of that. So you can simply click on here. This will take you to the setup process as well. I'm going to go ahead and close that. All right, and you'll see here that I have updating your e-farming settings, upload your contacts, update your create your website. So there's some great tutorials on there. I'm going to go ahead and close that down for now, and you'll see that I'm here on the home page, which we call the actual dashboard. Here to the right is our help desk center. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call for any help that you might need in getting set up, or if you're having some issues. Up top right here is a login with videos and tutorials on practically everything that you want to know about sales aspects, such as contact imports and managing your website or managing your contacts. Okay. And here is our Twitter feed, which also gives you any updates as well to the right hand side. Now what I want to show you is the actual dashboard. Now you'll see that there isn't really a lot going on here at this moment, but as you start to start using the CRM, the dashboard will really be one interactive place that I really recommend that you start using. This is a view of your contacts. This is a view of your calendar and tasks. This is your listings view, task view. Recent records will be going into that as well, and your e-farming view. Now you don't see any data actually in the system right when you launch, and the reason is because you haven't actually done an import of your contacts or something like that yet. So now the first thing that I want to drive over to is what is called setup. Okay, and in the setup process, I'm going to go ahead and click on don't show this window. You'll see here that you have account info. So this might be where you want to upgrade services or see what products that you actually have. Under the profile area, this is where you have the ability to update your profile. I recommend that you put your website domain name here as well. This might be where you want to put your bio or your resume or information about you that will be both viewed on your profile on your company website, and then also can be viewed on your profile on your individual agent website or your Facebook app, or both. Okay, make sure to update all of your contact information here as well. And then here at the bottom, this is your time zone changes. I'm going to simply click on Save that info. If I want to update my username and password, This gives you that ability to change your username password at any time. List view. This is again giving the consumer the ability to search and find you on your company website, maybe individual languages that you might speak. Click on English and add. Specialties, designations. I really recommend putting in areas that you serve as well. Updating your photo. If you haven't, if your photo isn't in here, then I recommend you uploading a good quality thumbnail, and it gives you your actual size parameters and a main photo. And if you have your own custom logo, you might want to upload that. And I'll show you where the logo will actually populate as well. Your agent MLS ID numbers. So this is simply where you add your individual MLS ID numbers. And just simply click on the ID, MLS ID, or your public ID, and add that. Now that will then allow for SalesAspects to recognize all of your individual listings, and then it will also allow you to publish inventory to your website of the entire MLS so that consumers can search all of the inventory, and then also recognize all of your individual listings and all of your office listings and company listings. Okay, and we'll be going a little bit more into that onto the website side as well. But it'll also allow you to send out auto listing notifications to your customers, very similar to maybe how you would do that in the MLS, except that when these auto listing notifications go out, it drives them either right back to your individual SalesAspects website, okay, to see more about that property, or could send it back to your individual company website. Okay, so it depends on what services that you've actually chosen. If you have the CRM and email marketing, you would be using the company website to send out the auto listing notifications. The huge advantage to using auto listing notifications inside of SalesAspects versus your MLS is obviously that the consumer not only can see that one individual listing, but two, they can see all of the listings from the MLS directly on your website. So one thing that I want you to start thinking about in your CRM and your email marketing is driving consumer traffic, okay? And that's something that we all forget about. What are the things that Google and Facebook want? They want you to be on Facebook and they want you to be on Google as much as possible so that you'll click on ads and purchase ads and click on ads, which that's how they generate revenue. You generate revenue by consumers clicking on these listings, calling you or emailing you or filling out a lead form to actually go and schedule a showing for that specific home, correct? So those are things that I want you to start thinking about in your marketing process, is how can you use the CRM and the email marketing to get consumers to your website or to your Facebook application, or recognize and remember you in their day-to-day looking for a home, okay? So that's what we call auto listing notifications, okay? Another great component in email marketing would be sending out branded campaigns such as a monthly market update, and maybe you're going to be sending out closed sales, median sales prices year over year, all those things. You might want to be also putting in such as featured listings, or what I recommend, sending out a hot buys list of inventory that you feel are great values within your marketplace based upon whatever parameters you might want to set. And by building out this hot buys list, one, you might want to publish it to your website as far as all the inventory. Or you might even just want to build the campaign of all the homes specifically in your email marketing campaign. There's a couple of different ways to do that, and I'll be showing you a little bit about that as well. Maybe you want to send out all of the holiday announcements. Well, we have branded campaigns as far as all of the holidays as well. Now you'll also notice here that we have all the links right back to your website as well, and I'll be going over that setup process here in a second. But again, something that I want you to recognize in your process is staying in constant communication with your clients and using Sales Aspects to do that. Keeping them on your website, keeping them on your Facebook fan page, keeping them on your, reading your e-marketing campaigns, and you using the CRM to view and analyze all of that. And we'll be going more in depth into that as our webinar moves on today. Now the next step in the process is email. Okay, this is a very, very important setup process here. And this is one, choosing your actual design. Okay, now this is something that when you're sending out email, sending out auto listing notifications, and when you're sending out e-marketing campaigns as to what your actual campaign could look like. So first of all, in the design selection, you'll select your company design here, and then when you click on preview, you can see here that there's different what we call headers, footers to choose from. Okay, so you'll see here if you're a franchise, there's different franchises to choose from as well in the actual process. Okay, so that's first of all in the actual process is selecting your actual design as well. So I'm going to go ahead and select here Chase International for now, and then email website as well. Now if you have not, if this is your first time logging into Sales Aspects, you're typically going to see your company's website links to choose from here. Okay, and so that might be something you're going to do at the beginning of the actual setup process, but it might not necessarily be the future, because you might end up wanting to build your own website. Maybe you don't want your company's links on your emails at all. Okay, and then you would just not select anything. But again, I really recommend that you at some point create your own individual site in this world, or multiple sites, and we'll be going a little bit more into that as time goes on. Now this is your signature. Okay, so we've got Sally Smith as the agent here. Let's go ahead and leave the company office here as far as number. Now again, leaving that you're a realtor, a loan officer, an insurance agent, whatever your title might be, an appraiser. Okay, now some things that I want you to think about. Again, when you integrate your links to your website, I'm going to go ahead and click on Save for now. Again, what does this do for you as an individual agent or company? It drives traffic back to your website. Okay, so you're giving, again, the ability, I want you to think about this, of driving traffic back to your website. Okay, for what? For them to search for homes. That's right. So again, under preview here, you can save these actual links, okay? And now all of your links of your website can be right here on the navigation bar automatically. That's something, again, that I really want you to think about, okay, in the process. Another way to drive traffic that I want you to think about is, for one, let's think about Facebook, okay? And I'll show you here, I've just created this site, Facebook application for Capel and Capel. And this gives, the consumer the ability to search all of the homes from Capel and Capel's Facebook fan page, okay? Just like a website, right? But again, this is searching directly inside of Facebook. Now, again, a great tool, right? Why is that? Because now all of their fans inside Facebook have the ability to search directly inside of Facebook. They can share all of these listings with their friends and family inside of Facebook, okay? So this is another way of you marketing your world, okay? And so this is something extremely important that I want you to think about. But let's think about, how do you drive traffic to your Facebook fan page? Okay, so I'm going to give you that concept through using SalesAspects CRM and email marketing. Drive traffic, drive traffic, drive traffic. So one, I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL of my Facebook fan page, okay? And at 2 o'clock later today, I'm going to be actually showing you how to create a Facebook fan page from scratch. So again, I recommend that you go to that webinar as well if you can. But let's go ahead and drive back to here. Now, do you see here under here, this is a editor basically that works just like Word. And here on the right hand side we have what is called the Image Manager. Now when you click on the Image Manager, we have what are called global images, and we have what are called general use images, and these are all images that all of you can use in creating your account. Now I'm clicking on the social networking icons, and I want to find an icon for Facebook in here, and they're all named, okay? And one, I want to add that Facebook icon directly to my email. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and then I'm going to click on Insert. And there you go. Now I'm going to highlight it, and this is what is called the Hyperlink Manager. The Hyperlink Manager allows you to hyperlink to another website from your actual email. Okay? So I already copied the URL from my Facebook. Now I'm just going to click on Paste, and I recommend that you choose Open in New Window as far as the target, and I'm going to click on OK. All right, now I'm going to click on Paste or Save, and now Preview. So now what I've done is I've just created another way so that every time I send out an email or an auto listing notification or a e-marketing campaign, a market update or a hot buys list or just a general newsletter, what have I done? One, I've given the consumer the ability to get back to my Facebook page to hopefully become a fan. Two, I've given the consumer the ability to quickly click right to my website or my company's website to search for homes. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and move to notifications. Now, notifications are, how do I generate notifications such as of when a lead is created? And let's talk a little bit about leads a little bit before we actually fill this out. For one, you could receive leads directly from your company's website, which means is that when a consumer is on your company's website or your company's Facebook fan page, and they register through the middle of a registration or schedule a showing, or want more content, want more information, any of that, those leads can be, one, either auto routed to the agent through the CRM as an email, here as a text message, both, okay, and it auto generates that contact inside your CRM automatically, okay. So this is an extremely important process that we need to go over and make sure that you understand. So we're going to go ahead and put Sally Smith at sabroker.demo.com as the email, and we'll go ahead and it needs to be your cell phone number. You need to then select your carrier provider as your phone number and provider. I really recommend that you get text message of all leads. Now, say you have your own individual agent website or lender website inside of Sales Aspects. Anytime a consumer's on your site and they fill out a lead form, or in Facebook on your own Facebook fan page, those leads will auto text you, email you, and come in as a new client record inside of Sales Aspects as well. Okay. Now I also recommend that once a day you get a contact activity feed of all of the activity of all of your clients. And let me show you what that actually looks like here. This is an activity feed that will send you once a day of all the activity of all of your clients, such as Todd Sherrill, lead added, website registration created, provided phone number, lead added, read message, such as an e-marketing campaign, watch Sales Aspects live. Okay, and these are real consumers that are reading my emails, okay, as well, and you can see that it's giving them actual points, and we'll be going over that as well. When a consumer fills out a lead form, it gave them 5 points. Okay, it left them a phone number, 2 points. When they're reading an email, it's 1 point. Okay, so again, giving you this ability to track consumers and who's the most important. See, 9, 7, 2, 2, 1, 1. So it totals their points every day as well, as far as activity inside the CRM. Okay. This will all start coming together as the course is moving forward. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on Update. Now we've gone through the actual first phase setup, okay, and now I'm going to move to actual contacts. Now some things that I want you to think about is contacts is very important. One, you could import all of your contacts into the system and into different groups if you want. You can export them. There's a search tool here as far as you can search contacts by name, first name, company name, last name, phone number, email address, by source, okay, where did the contact come from, by email preference. Have they opted in? Have they opted out? So these are very important things. One thing that you need to make sure in your CRM is that all of your consumers are continuing to be opted in, okay, to your campaigns and to your email. And what that means is that you don't want them opting out of your campaigns, right? Here, you don't want them clicking here to opt out. So you need to make sure that the content that you're sending them is valuable content to them. Look at here on my email marketing campaign. I've got market trends, your home value, hot buys in Granite Bay, the Modesto property short search, short sales. I mean, all of these great titles of information that consumers are interested about today, right? So really focus on, when you're building out this system, to be very coherent about the opt-in, opt-out process. Now, there's also the search table here to the left. All contacts, new, by time, month, contacts that were assigned to you by the company. Okay, so again, that's something very, very important. Now let's go ahead and I want to show you the import process. So you simply click on Import, click on Browse, okay, and let's go ahead. I think I've created an actual Excel file here. Now you can import contacts as an Excel file, which is the .xls, the CSV, the .csv, or the .xlsx. Okay, and now I'm just going to grab that file. Now what you'd have to do is get that file. Maybe you're using Outlook or Top Producer or Gmail, and export that out of there, save it as an Excel file, and then now you're ready to upload that file. Okay, so now what happens is you can see here I've got some different fields in here. One is first name, last name, primary phone number, email address. You can import groups, you can import addresses, just about everything you can possibly imagine in here, and then those additional names would also be in there as well. Now again, you'll need to match what your name of your file is and where you want it matched up here. So you can see that this is first name, last name, primary, and email, but maybe you want it to be something else. Okay, you want to match it up to some other name that you already had in your file. They might be named differently. Okay, now I want to go ahead. What I recommend, and when you do your import, is if you don't have it already broken out into groups, that you actually create a group. And so I'm going to give it a group name such as all contacts. Okay, that's going to be my group name for now. And I'm going to click on import. Now it'll go through an initialization. You can see that I'm importing 37 contacts. Okay. And now when I click on all contacts, all of the contacts are here in the system for me. Okay, ready to use. Now the contacts haven't gone through any activity yet. Okay, but one thing, when you click on a contact, you can see the actual client record. As far as here at the bottom, these are different tabs that you really need to get used to, such as general info. Okay, maybe I want to send out an email, or I want to update additional information on a client. If you click on the envelope email, again, I can see here again the Facebook link, right, when that goes out. Okay, I can also choose any design that I might want to choose as well. Okay, so when I send out a general email, click on preview, there it is, and ready to go out. Okay, and again, I can have my links or no links on there. Okay, now I can also manage the pipeline of all of my contacts. Where am I at in the actual buying, selling, mortgage transaction process on each individual client? So actively showing, maybe hot. Okay, now you can see here that I can save it. I can also assign this lead out to one of my team members or additional sales staff in my organization. Okay, you can see that it's already grouped in the all groups section. Maybe I want to add a new group here, so I'm going to go ahead and create a group name of buyers. Okay, and I might want to call this hot buyers, something like that. Okay, and then now the hot buyers group is in there. Okay. Now you can see under here under the registration process, if I wanted to register the client so that they can get auto listing notifications, which is an extremely important part of the process that you'll really want to be up to date with. Okay, and that's I'm going to go ahead and give a password for this client, and that under auto listing notifications you would click on property search. Okay, now under property search you can see I can go ahead and create a property search for a customer, maybe Vacaville homes for sale. Okay, the auto listing notification again allows you to send listing inventory directly through SalesAspects instead of your MLS, giving you the ability to track all of the movement, all of the activity of that client using the auto listing notifications. Okay, which means is you can actually see what properties they're looking at, what property searches they're doing actually. Now if you have a company site and not your own individual site, again it would send out as from the company domain name. If you have your own individual site within SalesAspects, the auto listing notifications you would want to select to send from your own individual website. Okay, so that's where you would select that differentiation. So maybe residential homes, I'm going to type in Vacaville, maybe a zip code, region, MLS area, neighborhood, all that great word. Maybe they're looking for a pool. This is the keyword search, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on add. Now that person automatically can be sent out on a daily basis. If I want to edit it, I want to send it daily, weekly, monthly. Now something with weekly and monthly is maybe you're wanting to think about past customers, and this gives them a real nice comp once a month of homes that are maybe you want to send out inventory that's coming on the market around their existing home. Okay, just to give them currently an update of what homes are actually going on the market for, to give them a nice comp of the market, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and click on save. Now what I want to do is I'm going to log out, and I want to show you real quick an actual active account or an active demo as well. I'm going to click here. Now you can see on my dashboard the pipeline view, my calendar of events, what's going on, my task as well, my activity feed as well. So I'm going to click on all contacts. All right, now here on the IL report, this is the interest level report. I can see who's the highest interest contact. Okay, and if I click on property search for one, I've got the auto listing notifications. I can see again what listings that those clients have actually viewed on the website as well. Okay, so again, extremely valuable to you. And what I want you to think of this, if you had all of your customers in here, and you can see what listings that they're viewing, what listings they're saving into their profile on either into the company or onto your own individual website. You can see what actual searches the customer is doing, so you know exactly what they're looking for, right? No matter if they're on your company site, your site, or your Facebook application, they can actually see, you can actually see what they're actually looking for right here. Now this is extremely valuable information to you so that you can tailor the searches and you can really see exactly what they're looking for in their day-to-day searches for a home. Okay, so that now when you're talking to them, you can feel like you have a good understanding of what they're looking for. Now you can also see under Email tab, under Listing Notifications, you can see if listing notifications are going out to the customers. You can actually see what listings are going out. You can see under e-farming what campaigns are going out, and you can see the entire email history of each individual client as well, as far as all email that you've sent or received from each individual client. Again, this is some great tools that you can use to stay up to date with each individual client in the system. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and move over back into the demo, into so you can obviously see one thing that we wanted to do. Now this is, you can see that it's notifying you that Sally Smith registered, okay, which you did as well. Some things that you'll want to recognize here. Again, you can see that there's a point system, so it's giving a point. It's saying that Sally is opted into the campaigns, and it gives you a time of each individual update as well. Okay, so now I can use the search process. All right. Now let's go ahead. We're going to come back more into contacts here in a little bit. Some things that you can do with contacts: keep updated notes. Sold home to client. All right, add note. Okay. I can view any lead records that this consumer filled out on the website. It tells me the domain. So if it came from the company domains or Facebook, it would say your Facebook or your company's domain or your domain from your website. If I need to view more information, I can do that. Okay. The assignment, who the lead is actually assigned to. All right, which is assigned to you. And then under activities, this is a really important process. I have a calendar and task management system here, so you can again go under and set up specific calendar of events, such as show home, something like that. Okay, or a task might be to get a contract signed. Okay, now when I go to the home page here under our dashboard, again, recent records are starting to populate here. Okay, a task is populated onto the task board, which will be color charted. If it's due today, it'd be yellow. If it's red, it's past due. If it's white, it's not due yet. Okay. You can see here, one, if leads are assigned to me from the company, it will come in as a unassigned lead that needs to be unaccepted leads that needs to be accepted. My calendar here is starting to have some info here. Okay, so here's the client, show home. I can just click on their client record or the actual activity that I need to click on. Okay, so maybe I want to go directly back to her client record, send her an email, or add her to an e-marketing campaign, which we're going to be going through as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start moving one into the calendar. So there's different views of the calendar. You can see company events, you can see office events, and you can see your own personal calendar. Okay, so that's a great tool there. Your own and all your own individual tasks that are assigned to you as well. Okay, now let's move into e-farming. tools, e-farming, and campaigns. And something that I want you to start thinking about is now you've got all your contacts imported into the system. Now what we want to do is we need to get a campaign. So I can go to the master campaign list, and there is a series of campaigns that are already built for me, such as the geographical farm campaign. You go to master campaigns, geographical farm. Here's 120 messages that go out once a month to my entire database. Now you have to remember is all these campaigns are already pre-written, and they all are the same thing. Now you can use each one of these, you can modify them. So I can view them, or I'll just go ahead and click on copy master, and now all 120 of those are under my campaigns, okay? And they're now active in my account. So this is ready to go. I can click on recipients, click on add, and now remember the all contacts group that I created. There's all of my contacts. I simply click on all of them. If I want this monthly campaign to go out, click on add, and that fast, once a month, all of my contacts are going to get a branded campaign from me, hopefully with either my company's links or my links and my Facebook links and all that great stuff, once a month, all branded. Now again, I recommend that you send these to yourself. You can send them and view them, or you can edit each one of them. Every single one of these also has a referral message in them, so they're really nice to send out. Now this goes for the next 7 years automatically to your entire database, that fast, without having to do anything else. Now I recommend going in here and maybe even just customizing them a little bit to your thought and needs. So make sure that you might want to think about that at least. Okay. Now for the advanced user, let's talk about that for a second. So let's just go and let me show you some things that go on in the market. A site that I'd like for you to look at some point that I really like is Kahala Associates. This is one of our clients, and you'll see here that they do what is called trends. Once a month they post a trends update to their website. They search engine optimize the trends. See, Oahu real estate trends. They update the titles and the meta tags. They even post a monthly video of the trends right on their website. I love this. They have their neighborhood search. Oahu luxury real estate market overview is on here as well. Okay, featured listings. I recommend that you put your hot buys listings or something like that in here as well. Click here for the complete market report. This is a great tool as well. Now what they've done is they've published the market update right on their website. Okay, so if you're a company, you can do this, or if you're an individual agent, you can do this. Okay, you can see here on my website, I took their market update and I put it right here on my website to show you. And again, I published a video. Okay, this is something that is the best way to drive traffic back to your website. Why? Think about it. When the consumer is reading your email, your campaign that you're sending them, what else can they do? Maybe hot buys in Sacramento. Maybe you want to have a link to the complete market report right into your email as well, correct? And so this is something that you can do. So one, publishing it to your website is an advanced way of getting consumers back to the site for more information. So when you're building a campaign, you want to think about, when you're building it, that it actually gives them the ability to get more information. When Nordstrom's or Macy's sends out an e-marketing ad in their e-marketing, what do they try to do? They try to get you to click on that ad to drive you back to their individual website to make a purchase, to make an acquisition, to buy a pair of shoes, right? So when you're sending out a campaign, you've got to have additional information there. So let's go ahead and I'm going to copy this little basic information here, okay? And let's go back to actually creating a campaign from scratch. So remember, e-farming, tools, e-farming and campaigns. And the first process is clicking on new. And I'm going to call this Sally Smith Vacaville Market Update. Okay? And I'm going to make this a date-driven campaign. And what this means is that it will go out on a specific date. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on campaign. Now you see here that I've got the ability to add messages, add recipients. Again, click on add contacts. I can add all contacts or specific contacts from specific groups as well. Add contacts. Again, that will import all of them if you want, or maybe it's just selected. Okay. Now under preferences, I can change my preference as far as design and all that information as well. So I might want to select a company design, or maybe I don't want any look and feel design at all. But again, I recommend having a design, and the best would be for you to have your own individual website with your own individual links. And you'll need to get to our website webinar that's coming up so that you can get involved with that as well. Okay. Now, under we're going to click on messages here, and we're going to create message. So let's go ahead and create our August 2011 Vacaville Market Update. Always try to get a date so that they can feel that this is relevant information by time. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and send this. We're already into November, so I'll go ahead and call this November 2011. And now I want to go ahead and put in hi, and do you see here on the right hand side I can insert their name directly from the contact database in there. So which means is that when the email goes out, it'll automatically publish their name, either their first name, last name, or both in there. So hi Sally Smith, or maybe I don't want the last name in there. I might want to just say hi Sally. Okay. Now remember I copied the article. Oh, I have to go back here. Remember I'll copy this article. This is good for us to go through anyways. And I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. And obviously going to want to change the date and put in my correct data in here. Okay. So this is something, one, that would be a basic information that I would want to have. But some additional things that I would want in here is, again, view Vacaville, California hot buys list. Okay, view my Vacaville, California hot buys list or something like that. Now, one, you could, if you have a website already, you can just publish those hot buys to your current website and use links from your current website if you want, or you can use a website directly from SalesAspects. And so again, I would take my hot buys list and say this was hot buys in Vacaville or Modesto or Granite Bay, wherever your market is. And now I'm going to copy or highlight the hot buys list, and I'm going to use the hyperlink manager. Okay, and I'm going to paste that in. And now when the consumer gets this email, what do I want them to do? I want them to click on this link to get them to view my hot buys in market. What are people looking for today? They're looking for values. Give them that information. Make sure that you have a database or a website that gives them these hot buys that you feel are great deals. Ours, we have an automated hot buys list that's pretty simple to create, and it's really easy to do on your website. Boom, you just create hot buys list. I also have a hot buys in Modesto email sign up. Sign up to receive an email once a week of my hot buys list in Modesto, California. This is a list of homes provided by investors, banks, foreclosures, REOs, short sales in the Modesto, California area. They fill this out, and now they get an email, automatically comes in as a lead form right into your CRM. Okay, and we'll be going over that a little bit more. Now I simply click on save, and now on November 1st, that email is going to go out to my entire database, all branded with my look and feel. Okay. Now I might want to send myself a test. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and send a test, and we'll take a look and see what that looks like as well in there. Now, one thing that I want to show you as well, let's go ahead and log back into my existing demo that's actually going. If you look under e-farming and activity, this gives you a chart to show you how many, or the viewings, shows you all your campaigns. Click on search. And what this is doing is running a report for me to show me the clients that are actually viewing my emails, how many times they're viewing them, and clients that aren't viewing. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let's go for the last 60 days. All right, looks like we're having a glitch with that for some reason. All right, looks like that's having some issues. So I'll have to check into that. But you can see here that under the activity feed, right on your dashboard, it will give you a nice report on that function as well. Now, let's go ahead and move back into Sally Smith. Sally Smith. All right, let's click on e-farming campaigns. And again, some things that you might want to add our additional, video to your site. Now you're not going to add video into your campaign, but again, I recommend that you show them by clicking here, watch our video or something like that in the campaign. Any additional market updates. So this might be a snippet of information in the email, but for an advanced market update, click here again to get them back to your website for more information or something like that. Okay, so that's the e-marketing system and how it works as well. Okay, now that is there. Now let me go ahead and I want to log back into the demo account. Let's go back into website, and I want to show you that, say somebody is on your website and they do a property search. I'm going to go ahead and actually I need to log out because I've got somebody actually logged in here. And let's say they fill out a request a showing. All right. Demo client name, first name, demo client last name, demo client at gmail2.com, and we're going to put in some info here. Now you'll notice here that we have a guarantee that this is not a bot lead. Okay. Now what happens is that for one, you're receiving a text message that a lead was activated. So one, you can see here under Sales Aspects that also the message center is notifying you a lead has been created. Okay, so that's something very, very important. You can also see under the activity feed that the client is right here. So I can simply click on the client's info. It's auto-generated a client record. I can email the client right here from the system as well, sending them an email. I can set them up for auto listing notifications as well. If they registered on the website, I can see what property searches they're doing, what properties they're viewing. I can fill out any notes on the client as well. Okay, I can set them up for a group. I can set them up for my campaign that I created earlier. Okay, so again, something extremely important in the process as well. Okay, now let's move into something a little bit different. What if they come from the company website, and so it's a little bit different approach. Let's go ahead and walk through that process a little bit. Just want to show you guys a couple of things so that you have some understanding of how to manage this process. Again, the consumer's on the company website versus your own individual website. Okay, so again, maybe they fill out a request. All right, and again, they're going to go ahead and fill this out. All right, so some different things that happen is one, if I'm managing company leads, I can see the company leads here on the far right hand side. I can do a lead assignment to an individual agent. I can assign this lead to myself. What I recommend from a company level is assigning the lead to the lead management department. So you need to make sure you have an account that's specifically for the company to manage the leads. So that might be customer service, business development, customer service at companyname.com. Okay, so I'll want to get that lead out. Now you can see here under the lead assignment here at the bottom, you click on lead assignment, this gives you the list. So I can assign the lead to multiple agents and do a first come first serve basis, or I can assign it out to all of them. It's totally up to me. But I'm just going to go ahead and sign it over to myself. I can give them a time range of how long. I can also, maybe I want to assign it to the loan officer, to my insurance officer, all those different departments as well, right? So maybe a transaction coordinator in that process. So once you click on assignment, the agent will now, or loan officer would get a notification by text. Again, when the agent sees here, you can see unaccepted lead. Okay, so now when the agent clicks it, they can see unaccepted lead here in this. Now, when the agent clicks on it, they can click accept or decline. They don't actually see any of the contact info on a company lead until they actually click accept. Now, something else that I really want to make sure that you all are aware of, SalesAspects.com/M. Let's talk about the mobile version. Let's bring open a different browser here. So we'll try. Okay, well, it's not letting me open the mobile directly from the computer, but that's okay. One thing that you'll want to remember is that SalesAspects.com/M, save that to your phone for access to the mobile version, which means is that you can accept leads directly from the mobile version. You can put those leads into groups, into campaigns. You can view everything that I'm showing you here right on the desktop. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on accept. I'm the agent. I'm going to go ahead and click on accept. Now again, I can see all of that information. For one, I can see that the lead came from the company domain, request a showing, and boom, there's all of that information. And now I can go ahead and I'm the manager of that individual lead. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and click on leads, and let's see a lead again that under property notifications. Again, I want to show you something here. Is again, you can see the notifications that the customer is doing. I highly recommend that all clients going forward are set that up. Now, do you see here on the right hand side, if you see a red X, that's a total that's a client that you need to be concerned about. When you click on their general tab here, you can see that they've opted out for your emails. If you click on override, you can type in this code and override, but make sure you don't override them if you're not in communication with them to find out why they opted out in the first place. So you always want to be searching your database. If you're seeing here that if all of your clients should be getting an email at least once a month from you using the SalesAspects CRM and email marketing system. If they're set up for the auto listing notifications, now they're maybe getting an email, 2 emails a month. At least get everybody to get a couple emails so that you're staying in communication with them. They know how to get in contact with you. They know where to search for homes, whether it's on your website or your company website or your new Facebook application. Okay, I really recommend you getting this set up. At 2 o'clock today, we're going to be going over that. Okay, now